Welcome. This YouTube was created to support a web page that explains how to do something in Gimp, the image manipulation tool. I hope this will make the text on the web page seem less scary. All it says is that what you do to achieve what the web page is about is use File, Open, put your first image on the page, the Gimp page. You can resize things with Gimp with holding down the Control button and pressing and turning the mouse wheel. Let me just get this screen the size we need. That's one image loaded into Gimp. You can do all the usual things, change the brightness and so on if you think those lines are a bit frail. All of that was done with the Levels tool. Very handy for changing contrast and brightness. Gives a more subtle result than the alternatives. Anyway, we're going to work with layers, so now we add another image to the project, but this time it's open as layers. I'm using that. There we go. This is new that you see in the center here. And over here we have the layers tab. There's a little eye in front of the two things. If I click the first one, that goes away. If I click the second one, that goes away. Put that back on its own, put the other one there on its own. So there we have the two images in layers. Each one's a separate layer. Now, these are maps. This one was done in 1784, and this one is the same area today. However, on this one, north is at the top. And on this one, north is about that direction. There are 2 points on this one, here and here. They're the same as 2 points on the other one, but they're here and here. Now I want to rotate that, and I want to stretch it. And with Gimp, that's incredibly easy. I have to be on the image that I want to change, which is the top one. You see the little white outline around. If I click on the name of the layer, which one is active changes. So I've made sure I'm dealing with that layer because that's the one I want to manipulate. Now I go to the trying to find it here. I never can find the right tool. There it is. The cage no, not the cage transform. I want transform with handles. Got the wrong one. Try again. There it is. Handle transform tool. So I click on that. The web page gives you a nice blown up image of that. I've clicked on that, selected that tool. That red dot that you may not be able to see is a point on the modern map that coincides with that point on the old map. I've clicked once using the handle transform tool. I've clicked once. It's put a small circle on the screen. I put the mouse pointer in the middle of the circle. I drag the circle over to where that same point is on the old map. I've now got the point on the new map laying on top of the point on the old map. Just that one point. Everything else is still wrong, but that one point is lined up the two maps. Now, you'll notice that the eye has gone away. You'll notice that we can't see the new map at the moment. We see the outline of the new map. That's because the transform is incomplete. We haven't finished doing the transform. We're just moving it around. This is how we want it. So we click here on transform, or we just press enter. The map comes back. It is visible again. We have got the first point of the two maps lined up. This point on the new map is the same place as that point on the old map. So now what I'm going to do is, again, the handle transform tool, I click once on the point where they line up. You can see it, it's very faint. I can see it, you can't. The other point that I wanted is here. I click there, that's a second click. I now have two circles. Last time it was just one circle. If I put the pointer inside the second circle and drag, I can move that point to where it needs to be to line up on the old map. The new map has been rotated, it's been stretched. When I've got it where I want it, I say yes, go ahead and do the transform. Well, that's a bit annoying. We've lost the old map. The old map's hidden on the new map. That's what this is for. That's why we love layers. Make sure I'm talking about the new map layer, and I go to opacity, and I bring that down. And as I bring it down, it becomes increasingly transparent. I've made it so transparent now that all you see is the old map. I've made it so not transparent, so opaque now, that all you see is the new map and the bits of the old map that peek out from underneath. But in between, I can go back and forth. Let's zoom in, look at something more closely. I hold down the control key, move the mouse wheel. Here we go. In that map, there's a section of Roman road. And at the moment, I'm going to use the little eyes. I'm going to turn off the new map. There's the old map. The old map showed the Roman road. This old map is actually in French, so it says Chemin Romain de Staines. 1784, this Roman road existed. It existed for hundreds of years already, and it was called in French the road of the Romans of Staines to London. If I turn off the old map and turn on the new map, there's the line. Now at the moment the opacity is quite low. Turn it up so we can see it more easily. Staines Road. Nearly as straight as it was before. This is 250 years later, so things happen. The road's acquired a few kinks, not straight the way the Romans made it. We have them both on together, and I get the opacity at the right point. You can see them both. Staines Road, Roman Road. New map, old map. They're slightly out of line here. That could be fixed. We take our handle transform tool. We click in one place. We move that so that the two roads are perfectly lined up. Now, the Staines Road is, there's the Staines Road in the new map, there's the Staines Road in the old map. The picture may change, but the road is in the same place. This is where having an image, well, a pair of images in Gimp with layers, you want to compare two situations, you go back and forth. Now that's a bit of an oddity. Here's the Staines Road, we talked about that before. Here's the river in the new map. Here's the river in the old map. Not quite lined up, pretty nearly. Got this modern road, the 312, runs through here. Whoops, no 312 in the old days. Brand new road apparently. This little road is actually further up. It really isn't the same road. It's not that it isn't lined up properly. This road was in a different place in those days. And the other thing that's interesting is there's no road this side in the old days. Now there's this road. Down here. That's the symbol for a railway station. Modern day railway station. The rail line is a very faint grey, but I can see it myself. It's probably not clear in the video. The faint grey line, the modern railway. There's the railway station. No railway, 84. No railway, 1784. Here's a little river. The Wolsey River, the Wolsey branch of the Colne. I don't know a river called the Colne, but apparently there is one. It's not so clear in the new map, but there is a little river running through there. The old and the new. The old and the new above each other, so you can just see if things line up or don't line up. A lake that didn't exist in 1784. But they made a lake, and they had a road, so they had to have a causeway across the lake. And you can do the same thing with any part of this map. I've zoomed in on one bit in particular. Here's an old park. That's the park in 1784. And we transform it into the modern day. We see that in the map view. But even here, we see something. Avenue of trees, grand house, big fountain probably. These two things were water features. Man-made lakes with pretty plantings around them. Modern day, a little bit of water there, a little bit of water there. Lying exactly where they were before. This man-made channel to supply water for the Cascades, there to this day. If you go to the satellite view of the same area, you can pick up more amazing details. So, thank you for listening. Just to show you that with 2 layers and the opacity and with the handle transform tool, you can line things up, you can compare things, you can spot differences. Hope you found it useful.